Greetings, heroes. Welcome to Prepare for Combat episode number 9 for April 29th, 2014. Broadcasting from Central Alabama, this is Accuzod. Joining me from a galaxy far, far away, somewhere out in Arizona, is Alakaz.
This is Alakaz, and I have a lightsaber.
And joining us from a land of unicorns and sunshine out in Southern California is Jasmine.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm here, +1, potentially Barky Puppy. I'm warning you.
We should get him on the camera. That way he can be part of the show. He's so cute.
Oops, do I get on camera? No.
No, he runs away. Okay,
Look,
he's a scaredy pup.
Hey, it's a fourth opinion. That's all I'm saying.
He has feelings. He has feelings about heroes.
Alrighty, so let's jump in and talk about what we've been up to, and I will start off because I am so excited to announce I finally got in the alpha late Thursday evening. They did a mass bulk invite, and I finally got in, and I've been playing non-stop about level 9.5, 9 5/8, I'm not sure how you measure that. Having an absolute blast in the game. I finally am able to talk about it from a point of view of someone who knows how to play it. So,
yay!
Yay! Unfortunately, we still have one man down.
Yeah, because what I've been up to is furiously checking my email to see if I get an alpha invite. Zod, you emailed me like, I got in the alpha. Now, every time my phone goes off, and it just did a moment ago, I already have checked it to see if Blizzard has sent me an alpha invite. I'm like, please?
Oh, by the way, for what it's worth, like I said, I got mine around 6:30 Central Time, 6:30 p.m. Central Time. I got the email around 8:30. I was already downloaded and playing by the time I got the email, so I don't trust the email.
That's very much a thing. It's definitely a thing. I got my email late as well. A lot of people got their email late, so if you are camping there, probably on Thursday, just keep looking. Relaunch your what I'm blanking on it. The Blizzard launcher. Relaunch your launcher.
Relaunch the launcher.
Realistically, I'll probably get the email before I even know, mainly because I know I'm teaching a class on Thursday, so that means I won't get out till about 7 Pacific time.
Well, it'll be waiting for you when you get home then, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'll text the wife, be like, download Heroes for me! Oh, wait, Thursday's raid night. Never mind.
Oh, that's right. You can play, get a raid. So, Jasmine, what have you been up to this week?
Well, we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but I have been playing a significantly larger amount of heroes because the whole lagging while playing thing has been pretty much fixed. So pretty much just playing heroes. I've been playing Arcage. I'm in the alpha now, so I'm messing around with that, doing trade runs and leveling up over there, and a little bit of ESO and a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV.
I noticed, by the way, not that I'm stalking you or anything, but I noticed on Twitter you posted wonderful screenshots of your boating ability.
Oh, I don't even know how. I can't steer them. I can't steer them. I was lucky enough that somebody hit my boat and turned me around the direction I had to go for the quest. And so I just went forward. I was just like, thank you, citizen. You have been a great asset to my life today. I appreciate you.
I just want to know how she gets the horse in the basket.
Exactly. How do you get the horse in the basket?
I talked to an NPC and they were like, listen, clearly we can't carry this horse in the basket the 40 feet over there that it has to go. Take this horse in this basket, go over there, which makes me hopeful that in future trade runs I will have giant basket of horse to take with me.
I just kept thinking it puts the horse in the basket or it gets the hose again. You know.
Oh, God.
Which is, it was so traumatic.
Oh, wow. I'm not... thank you very much for joining us at this Prepare for Combat. We're out.
All right, Alakaz, what have you been up to this week besides checking crazily for your invite?
Craft fair this weekend for us, so that was realistically, prep, set up, get ready to rock and roll. WoW has been consuming. Craft fair is now over, so yeah, it's now chance to get an alpha invite and start playing, hopefully some heroes.
How many people came out this year? Do you have any idea? I missed it, unfortunately. I was stuck in Atlanta.
You know what? I don't know how many. I do the engineering side of it, so I'm the engineering captain, and I do believe, all said and done, 13 people from 1 to 600 is what we did this year, engineering-wise.
Engineering only, so... And that's actually a challenging one, too, I think. It's very tedious.
I have 3 6-tabbed guild banks full of mats, and that's actually not enough. I still have to store some in the personal banks of some of the characters. So yeah, it's there's a lot going on. There's a lot going into it. I mean, my wife is very nice. She plays WoW with me, and she co-captains that with me, type of idea. And we're already talking. We actually already had a discussion a little bit about, do we already go out and start farming mats for the next one, or do we wait and see? Because our next one will be our Fall Craft Fair, and will Warlords be out at that time? Are they going to change how engineering levels and all of those fun things? So all sorts of craziness.
Good question. And just to ask, is she also in the beta or signed up for the beta?
She is.
Ooh.
She has not received it yet either.
Okay. Well, we got to get hers. I got Prank S signed up for it, so maybe she can get hers, and we can actually get some groups going.
Absolutely, and that's really what I'm looking for. You know, talking earlier, being an officer. You know, Zod, you're also an officer in LA, Octa S. I have to laugh. I think the officer forums have gone crazy with the amount of officers that are getting alpha invites. You know, even Aludra was kind of hinting at it. So I mean, we could have some really big matches, type of idea.
Yes.
It'll be a lot of fun. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and jump into this week's news. This week, Blizzard announced BlizzCon is coming back to the Anaheim Convention Center November 7th and 8th, if I recall correctly. I didn't think
That is
to write
correct,
that down.
sir.
Alrighty, and one of the things they mentioned in the announcement is that there will be a Heroes of the Storm tournament, which I think is awesome. But since the game's not out yet, who do you guys think is actually going to play in that tournament?
You know, that's a really good question. That's a unique question to look at.
That means you don't know, right? If you have to.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a funny feeling, though, they've taken some of the, you know, because Blizzard's into, you know, the esports. I'm imagining they've given alphas to some of the top esports players, and I'm wondering if they're not going to have a tournament with them. Or my other thought is they're just going to open it up and say, hey, you can sign up at BlizzCon to be part of the tournament, and then everybody can actually be part of the tournament, because it would still be possibly an alpha or beta form at that point.
No, so we have a kind of like a live tournament semifinals and all that right there at BlizzCon?
Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome.
So, you
It'd be a
know,
lot of fun to watch. That'd be really great spectator. I'd love to see everyone entering from the range of really, really new, has never touched this game before, all the way up to heavily experienced MOBA player. That would just be entertaining. I would really enjoy that.
well, and I think that they could really work with that. I mean, you look at that piece and you could get, you know what, this is the beginner's bracket, this is the intermediate bracket, this is the experience bracket type of idea. And, you know, having 3 tournaments go off, and it's a great way to really showcase heroes and really get that out to the public. And what better way to drum up kind of support behind that game than to kind of launch it, per se, at BlizzCon in a tournament format.
Awesome. All right, Jasmine, I'll throw this to you first. Will you be going to BlizzCon, and if so, would you jump into that tournament?
I don't know if I'm going to be BlizzCon at this point in time. I'm not sure where I'm going to be during that part of the year. I know tickets are ridiculously expensive, and good luck to everyone, by the way, if you're banding together, you are doing the thing where all of your friends wait in the line and hope that one of you gets through to buy the tickets. My thoughts are with you. Good luck. You can do it. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be there yet. Wow, words are just very hard. They're just really challenging. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there this year or not. I was there last year. I had a lot of fun. But if I was there, I probably wouldn't enter. When I go to conventions, I really do enjoy watching tournaments, and I enjoy watching panels and things like that. But I've done things at conventions before that have been like day-long events, and certain times you have to be at certain places. And for me, the convention is all about walking around and getting to look at things and getting to see people, and I wouldn't really want my weekend taken up by having to be somewhere at X time to play a game that I can play at home. I would like to sit and watch other people do that, but not personally myself.
Okay, Alex, how about you? Are you going to go, and would you play?
Looking at ticket prices, and that's actually, I just flipped over to, because I didn't even know how much tickets were.
$200.
Yeah, I just saw that and said, oh, hells no. if I did a BlizzCon again, it would be more Guild Hall BlizzCon type of idea. And I don't even know if we're going to do a Guild Hall this year. I was talking with Lank about it, Lank Darris there, and we're not even sure. I know the proposal's gone up to Scott at this point, but we'll see. So realistically, at this point, I'm going to probably say no. I'm not going to go to BlizzCon. If I was, would I join the tournament? No, actually, I probably wouldn't. I'm kind of right there with Jasmine.
You'd rather just watch?
Well, conventions for me is wander time. It's time to go see. It's time to go. And if I've got to now, all right, 10 o'clock, I've got to be here, and then I've got to be here and here and here. That really kind of takes away the experience because now I can't wait in line to go do this, or maybe I don't get to test out this situation. So to me, I don't think I'd do it. Zod, what about you?
I'm not sure if I'm going to go. I really want to. I've been playing with some deals with. I've got some airline points left over with an airline that I'm really, really mad at, so I want to use up my points so I can stop going to them. And if I do go, I would definitely sign up for the tournament. I'm sure I'd get eliminated early because I die a lot. And I don't mean a little, I mean a lot.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to be telling us that when you want to make a group? Are you sure you want to? Is that what you want to lead with?
I will be the sacrificial lamb. You throw me out there to bring the enemy in. They'll kill me, then you'll kill all them. That's pretty much my job.
I'm now seeing Zod as the goat from Jurassic Park. That's really what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Zod as.
I mean, it was steak, and here come the dinosaurs. And again, I'm kind of bouncing back to being the alpha. I can't believe, I've played maybe 10, 12 games now, and I probably won as many as I've lost, and I've enjoyed every single one. Even the ones I've lost have been a blast. And that's something that just doesn't happen in League of Legends. League, it's very easy to get upset and angry and frustrated. I've only had one person mouth off in chat. Everyone else was extremely helpful because I would jump in and say, hey, I'm a noob. Where am I supposed to go? And they're like, yeah, just go wherever. We don't care.
Oh, that's awesome.
So. Well, and that was actually going to be one of my questions to you surrounding your experience with the alpha because I know, Jasmine, I don't think you've played too much League of Legends, correct?
I've played enough to know I don't want to play more.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Where Zod, you got me involved in League of Legends when you first talked about me coming on to the show type of idea.
Yep.
And I was wondering how the Heroes community compares to League so far.
Yeah, so far they've been very friendly. Like I said, only one person was like, what are you guys doing? We're supposed to be going down here, but didn't call names, didn't call anybody out by name, but was kind of grumpy. You guys are all doing this wrong. You're supposed to be attacking this thing. And maybe they were actually trying to be helpful, couldn't tell. But the rest of the games, either there's no chat at all, which is the majority. Nobody says a thing, they just run around and play. But the times they do play, there have been a few, hey, good jobs, that was a good move, like I said, the guy said, just jump in and play. We're really not, it's not a big deal. So, loving it. Even when I lose, I love it. So, having a really good time.
No, cool. I just know that we've talked about the toxicity of the League of Legends.
And I think we said this in an earlier show, but I expect once it goes into open beta and actually launches a real game, that will definitely ramp up. I mean, right now they're very select targeted individuals getting in, and I think that's on purpose.
Okay.
So I think just by the nature of the people who are getting in the alpha, there's not going to be a whole lot of toxicity or nastiness in the game.
Okay, cool.
All right. Move on to another topic. Last week they did a recap. Blizzard did a recap of the PAX East event. Words are hard, and they posted on the Blizzard Heroes of the Storm website 3 videos just kind of recapping the event. Now the videos didn't actually talk about the event itself, but they kind of followed the newest community manager, whose name I just blanked on. And he just kind of showed behind the scenes, chatting with fans, showing some of the things that happened. If you'd been there kind of thing, this is what you would have seen. It was really fascinating. And, of course, we've talked a lot about the information that was given out at PAX East last time. But one thing I just wanted to point out for the listeners, the link will be in the show notes. If you haven't seen it, go check out the recap videos. They're about a total of 12 minutes for all 3 of them, and they're really rather entertaining. So my question to you guys is, what event should Blizzard go to next to promote the game? Obviously BlizzCon, but other than that, where do you think you'd like to see them go next?
Phoenix Comic-Con.
Why would that be?
I don't know. I don't know whatsoever. Realistically, I mean, I truly do say Phoenix Comic-Con regardless of me going there and living there. You look at the numbers for Phoenix Comic-Con, you look at those, it's starting to rival San Diego. It's really starting to push upwards of those pieces.
My
So I think-
condolences.
Well, we've got a lot more space. We've got a little bit more space
Oh,
here.
well then, good for you. Thank goodness. Whew.
We've got. I think Phoenix Comic Con is spread over 3 separate buildings at this point. Is what we're able to do. But we don't have the numbers yet, so there is not the ocean of nerd funk that is going on. But it's a large event. It's a very, very large event. And I mean, you look at some of the people that are coming in this year, and it just shows. I mean, you've got Bruce Campbell coming in. You've
John
got
Barrowman is coming.
Huh?
John Barrowman is coming.
Yeah, John's coming back. He was here last year, but we also have Nathan Fillion coming this year as well.
Captain Hammer himself.
Yep, Captain Hammer, Captain Malcolm Reynolds. You know, gotta love it. And then also
next.
Stan Lee is showing up this year to Phoenix Comic Con.
Oh, wow.
So you're getting to see some of those really big names. So.
All right, Blizzard, you heard it. That's where you guys need to be. We expect to see you there. All right, Jasmine, you threw this in the show notes this week. Last Thursday, they did a quick patch to help fix some of the lag issues. You want to talk about that?
I would love to, because I could not possibly be happier about this. It was pretty much immediate. As soon as they patched it, my experience improved almost completely. Right now, I'm getting a little bit of a catch right when the game starts and I pick my first talent. And once in a while, when I pick a talent, it'll give me a little tiny hiccup, but that's it. Gone are the huge 3 to 5 second, well, that's probably too much, probably 1 to 3 second lag during team fights, and I can shoot my space lasers just fine. It doesn't lag up me, it doesn't lag up the rest of my team anymore, and everyone that I know personally that had the same problem that I did with the client constantly hanging, everyone I personally, obviously this is anecdotal, but everyone that I know, it fixed it for them as well, so A+, whatever they did, it really worked. So hopefully, Agazad, did you have any issues? How was your performance? You finally got to spend a lot of time playing. Did you have any client issues at all?
I've had one client issue, and that was actually earlier today. I was playing just mid-game. My game just suddenly froze. I got disconnected, like the server had gone down. Came right back in. Of course, once that happens, you can't get back into the game you were in before. I had to pick a new game and start over. I have never experienced any of the graphics lag because I didn't get invited until after they fixed it. So I'm thinking they were waiting to fix the graphics before inviting me, because I'm pretty important. So I think they're waiting to fix, because I've been looking into the support forums, and apparently there are some known issues with disconnects, and I think they're waiting to fix those before inviting Alicast, because they really don't want to make him mad.
We'll go with that.
No,
they're worried They're worried about the wrath of my lightsaber. Is that what's going on?
Totally. Now, I did notice when you go to the point where you get to pick whether you're going to play versus or co-op and all that, there's some weird graphic glitch with that page that comes up for about 2 or 3 seconds. It's like black and white instead of color. Might be me, it might be a connection issue, but other than that, it's been nearly flawless. So I'm very impressed. Although I have to admit, I know I am totally sidetracking again, but the space laser thing, I was playing Nova today in the mines, and I was down in the mine, the big huge giant golem you kill that drops all the skulls. I got clocked right away. I got just jumped on by the other team, as always, because I'm out leading the pack and I'm the sacrificial lamb. So the other team's all grouped up. They see me run in, like, oh, ha, ha, funny, blam, and they kill me. My team comes running in, starts team fighting while I'm waiting for my death timer to count down. And so happened that my death timer ended, I spawned, and I could still, because you can click around the map, I could hear them fighting, the other team fighting the golem. I couldn't see anything, but I could hear them fighting the golem. So I said, oh, why not? And I dropped my space laser in there, killed 2 of them. It was great.
Yes, there. You understand. You understand the glory of space lasers.
Fun.
Now you get. That's 100% why I love this.
Anywhere in the game, I can get you. And then the level 20 ability where you get to do it twice. Oh.
Yeah. It's amazing. Honestly, I don't know why this hasn't been nerfed. Don't do it. Don't nerf this. But this it's the best ability. I love it so much.
All right, and speaking of patching things, today being Tuesday, Blizzard patch day, they patched this morning. Jasmine, you're awesome on the patches. You want to go ahead and talk about what they did this week?
Yeah, no problem. This week there were a lot of general patches. There was one big thing, which is that custom games have been disabled, so if you were enjoying that, it looks like they got what they needed to from people, and now they're off to go fix whatever and then re-release it. So if you click on a custom game, it's going to tell you that it can't do that, they're not available, and they're not allowed right now. So that's not there anymore, but I'm hoping that that might be something about them getting together mode that will let them do something maybe more interesting at BlizzCon, maybe some really awesome custom games at BlizzCon, who knows. But so they did some patching on different heroes, they changed Brightwing's, let's see, the cooldown on Gust of Healing increased from 30 to 60 seconds. There's a little bit of nerfing going on there. Also touched Illidan and Raynor as well a little bit, and a little bit of tweaking going on up in here, and some bug fixes, which I wasn't really having that many bugs. Thankfully, the two things that have been bothering me, the lag and the quest completion thing, have been fixed. So, and also the progression system, I'm going to go ahead and read this verbatim so we don't get this wrong here. Fixed an issue which incorrectly awarded 2,000 gold upon reaching both levels 4 and 5. Gold is no longer awarded at level 4, though level 5 still grants 2,000 gold. And also, hero quests were granting fewer experience points than intended, and now we're the following XP amounts, and then they go on to list them all the way from quest 1, giving 150,000 all the way to quest 6, giving 3 million. And they do make a note in here which I find really interesting, because I'm sure both of us have had extensive experience with the quote-unquote gaming community, and there's a note on the bottom here that says, neither of these progression system fixes are retroactive. If you earn 2,000 gold by reaching level 4 before today's patch, it's yours to keep. Further, you will not receive additional experience to compensate for hero quests completed prior to today's patch. So I'm sure that doesn't shock either of you, but I'm sure somebody out there is going to be irate about it.
There's nerd rage going on somewhere.
No matter what gets changed, somebody's unhappy.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
that's pretty much the cliff notes of the patches today.
All right, so that is all of our highlights for this week under the news category. So let's jump into our resource spotlight, where we talk about a place you can go on the web to find out more about Heroes of the Storm. And this week we're going to highlight a new site that I just came across last week called Push or Feed. And it is kind of a conglomeration of all the different video streams and feeds and recordings that people are making about Heroes of the Storm. Now, Jasmine, I believe you know a little bit more about this than I do, don't you? Just to make you talk some more, I think.
Oops, so sorry. I had my mic muted actually because I was typing. I didn't want to blind you or deafen you with my exceptional typing skills. Yeah, no, this is pretty much you pretty much got it right there. It's like an aggregate site. It lists all of the pertinent basically videos that can be found about Heroes of the Storm. And if you want to go there, if you want to watch video after video about Heroes of the Storm, this site has you covered. Go there, click, watch for hours, watch for days.
Yep,
it will keep you entertained.
And that is at pushorfeed, pushorfeed.com. And there's a good chance that some of you are actually watching us on that site right now.
Ooh.
So it's like we're watching you. All right, so next up we'll talk our Hero Spotlight for the week. Alakaz, who do we have?
We've got Stitches, and that's not because we got hurt. So yeah, we decided to go with Stitches this week, and especially we wanted to go with Stitches because, and I'm super glad that you got in the alpha, it gave a chance for both Jasmine and you to really play with Stitches, so as we talk about him, hopefully, we've got some realistic kind of feedback on Stitches here. So Stitches is a tank class, woo, or warrior is what they're calling it. So he is a warrior, and he is from the Warcraft franchise. Yeah, yes he is. So really, what Stitches is he's an abomination. He's one of the abominations. Came out of the Wrath style, Arthas. You know, came out of actually World of Warcraft, or not World of Warcraft, Warcraft 2, not World, just Warcraft 2, or Warcraft 3. Excuse me, Warcraft 3. Excuse me, I got that messed up. But he's part of that franchise, and really got into some interesting talents because he's undead. So, did you guys get to play Stitches at all, or no?
I can tell you that I got to play him once. Wasn't really good at that throwing the hook. I was really bad at the skill shots. But I just got to mention I played against him many times. It's like in every game I've played, somebody's played Stitches. He seems to be extremely popular. And I've got to give a kudos, a good game out to somebody on the other team one time. One of Stitch's abilities, I know we'll talk about in a minute, is the ability to eat an enemy hero. Literally gulps them down, carries them off in his belly. Get in my belly. And I had this happen to me at least 15 times in one game because, of course, I'm the one running out in front. Stitches, whoever's playing Stitches, and this is two different games actually. Both times, I think they're totally different players. They would eat me and then waddle their way back towards their base and then puke me up right in front of one of their towers, which then just blew the crap out of me. I was dead. So that is such an effective move to eat up an enemy. You're stunned the entire time. Nothing you can do while you're in his belly, and then he can just carry you wherever he wants to, and then spitch out wherever it's apropos for him and his team to gank you. So.
Okay.
Do not like playing against him.
Yeah, no, I actually had the exact same experience this week. Of course, Stitches is a really popular character for obvious reasons, really awesome attack, really cool character. But I had the same thing where, and I usually try to stay back. I play Nova, I try to stay back, I try to snipe and not get eaten. So I didn't get eaten except for once this week. One time I got eaten, but it was right next to their tower. And he ate me, he carried me on the opposite side of the tower, spit me out, and I just got nuked by their tower completely. So, yeah. That's painful. That's painful. Good Stitches really hurts.
Did you get to play him at all?
No.
Okay. No, cool. So we do find, and we will definitely talk about that heroic ability. Just kind of go through some of his abilities. So he starts off with Vile Gas. Yay!
Delicious.
Yummy. Yeah, Stitches actually emits a gas cloud that hurts enemies. Sounds lovely. He then also, and Zod, you talked a little bit about this, the hook. So he does have a hook that he can throw out. It does deal damage, but it also brings the enemy hero towards Stitches himself. So I can imagine that's a really effective combo with that ability you already mentioned, which was Gorge, where he actually eats you. So imagine just hooking you, bringing you in, eating you, and then carrying you off.
And I could not get away from the hook either. It doesn't matter where I'm going, where I'm running, they nail me every time.
They've got your number. He also does have Slam, which is dealing a target area of damage. He does have Devour, which is deals. This is a minion ability, so he is basically almost like eating a minion. He can do damage to a hero, so minions are more susceptible of it. They take a little bit more damage, but it does restore his health. So when he devours something, he's eating and gaining health. That is one of his abilities. And then his two heroic abilities, which you guys were talking about already. First one he has was the one you weren't talking about, which was Putrid Bile. He emits bile that deals damage. And slowing targets down, therefore going back to that tanking style. And then the other one is Gorge, which is he consumes a hero. The actual hero is trapped inside the stomach for around a little over 3 seconds. And realistically in a game, 3 seconds is a long time.
It feels like a long time. Yep.
When he releases the hero, hero takes damage. So not only are you released in wherever he wants you to be released, you've already taken some damage surrounding that release as well. And then, you get released wherever he would like you to be released, which typically, from the sounds of it, is right by one of his turrets.
Or in the middle of the other team.
Exactly. One of the coolest things that I saw with Stitches is it really looks like they have flushed out a lot of the models of Stitches. And what I mean by flushed out a lot of the models of Stitches, he has got a lot of skins. So
yes, I think they had fun. I think they had a lot of fun going, what silly thing could we do with this gigantic undead monster?
Well, I classic Stitches, Zerg Stitches. So again, dressed up like has the Zerg tentacles like from the StarCraft universe. A Terran Stitches, so he has pieces of the Terran armor actually plastered on him. Prime Evil Stitches, so it looks something like he ate Diablo.
Delicious.
Then there is Chef Stitches. And what that is, so he looks like he's got a whole ham hock in his hand as his primary weapon. He does have a cast iron frying pan. For those of you who have never been hit by a cast iron frying pan, it does hurt. So that could be quite a deadly weapon.
Sounds like the voice of experience there.
Be quiet there, Sata. I would choose not to relive that moment. As well as there is Psycho Stitches, and this is probably one of my favorite ones. It's really an homage to the horror flicks out there. So he does have on like the Jason hockey mask. He's got a machete in one hand. He's got a chainsaw in another. And it looks like almost for his hook it's a mining pick that he's using. So really going back to some of those 1980s and 90s horror films. I thought that was kind of cool to have.
Nice. I love that skin.
It's worth mentioning that right now in the game there is only classic Abomination Stitches, Psycho Stitches, and Chef Stitches.
Okay. And then the last Stitches out there, and I know that if this Stitches is not there, which you've already said, Jasmine, this probably broke Accusat's little heart there.
Oh no.
Bikini Stitches.
That is hilarious.
That's not there yet. That's coming. That's coming.
Although I did get the Glam Rock ETC, and I love ETC. He's my favorite character so far. So
Elite Torrent Chieftain! So that's really kind of Stitches in a wrap-up. Anything else you guys would like to talk about when it comes to Stitches?
I just stay away from him. That's it.
You gotta watch out. You really have to watch out for that meat hook, because let me tell you about how he can reach like through terrain and get you where you don't. You think, oh, I've gotten away. I'm so sneaky. I'm fine. No, you're not. No, you're about to get hooked, and it's not going to be pleasant. So this is probably one of my least favorite heroes to fight against, because if I don't keep quite a good distance, it's very easy for me to get sucked in, and he pulls you into the team, and then if you're slightly squishy like I am, you are dead.
Serves you right for your hacks on your space lasers is all I'm going to say.
Well, you know what? I'm going to res, and I'm going to shoot space lasers from across the map at him.
No, the meat hook should be able to go across the map then.
That would be freaky.
Terrifying.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, meat hook appears.
It's the last thing I want.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to call that a show this week. I want to thank you two for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. For those of you listening, if you want to follow us online, you can follow us on Twitter. The show is at Prepare for Combat with a 4 because the name was too long. I am at Accusad, Alakaz is at Alakaz, and Jasmine is at IRL Jasmine. You can email questions or comments or good ideas or bad ideas or photos of yourself, whatever you want, to podcast@prepareforcombat.net. You can catch previous episodes or follow our news feed on prepareforcombat.net, our website. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes or Stitcher, or watch our video on YouTube, our website, or pushorfeed.com. So with that, say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you next week.
And you are now prepared for combat.